Virgo, hi. So this is going to be a reading for August 3rd through the 9th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Virgo. Bam. The overall energy for the reading, the Justice card, balance. Balance could be starting to feel restored. Let's see, in the recent past, the Eight of Wands, the High Priestess, the Knight of Cups. There's an energy exchange here. You're feeling good about it. You're feeling good about what's being talked or done here. I don't know. There's something going on here that makes you feel good. You look open to it. You look like, yeah, this feels awesome. Okay. Now, in the current situation, the Hierophant, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords. I kind of see you being presented with several options here about something, but ultimately I feel like you're just going to walk away from, or that's at least the tendency to pull away from whatever this is, even though whatever this is presenting you with a lot of options. Okay, in the immediate future, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Hold on, I found something on my hand. Who scratched me? And why is it peeling off? Anyways. Is this an amicable parting of ways? Looks like it. You go do your thing, I go do mine. See you later. Kind of looks a little bit like that. Let me, or peaceful or wanting to be at least. Let's clarify. Let's see what's up. Let me do the Justice card. The Queen of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Queen of Cups. Oh yeah, well that's what brought it home for you. You know, a little bit of TLC, a little bit of self-love. A little bit of, you know what, fuck everything else. This is about me and I need to take care of myself. And that's exactly what you did, and that's why the energies are starting to feel a little more balanced, a little more contained. Like, okay, I can handle shit now, you know? Cool. Let me do the Eight of Wands in the recent past. The Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, this looks like a negotiation. By the time it reached a place of, okay, I feel good about this. I feel like it's been places. That was a dove. All sorts of other places of initially a rejection, like, no, I don't want this. I don't even want to talk about it. Then a place of, I don't even give a shit what happens here. Then it turned eventually into, okay, I think I feel good about this. So it almost looks like a situation that took you through quite the stages before you reached a place of that you feel good about something there. Let me do the High Priestess in the recent past, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, it almost feels like something, an opportunity is being presented to you here, you know, over something, a situation you got going on with somebody. And there seems to be a desire for resolution on both ends, but in the middle there's a little bit of butting of heads. There's like, okay, well, I want peace. I want peace too. Okay, how do you want it? I want to like that. How do you want it? I want to like that, which is going to be a little different than how you want to go about things here. So, like, how do we, you know... So the end goal is the same. You both want the same thing. You want a peaceful outcome, a peaceful resolution out of whatever the fuck this is. You just want it in different ways. And that's what led to the bumping of heads, to the conflict that I see there. You know, which, again, ultimately it feels like a period of time of negotiations, you know, over how we're going to do this. Moving forward, you know, you and whoever's at the other end of this. Let me do the Knight of Cups. You get the King of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Four of Swords. Man, it's been up and down. Because ultimately it does look like, again, in the end, you both want the same thing, right? It's you know, the same conclusion. Like, I want a peaceful, I don't know what's going on. That's the thing. Is something ending? Is something not ending? Is, because I don't see the indication of an ending necessarily. But I do see let's reach a common ground. That's the most of the energy that I'm seeing here. And while you're trying to do that from your own personal perspective, which is going to be different than the others, it's been kind of going roller coastery, like up and down, you know. There's been times in which you probably thought you reached a common ground and you didn't, and then it's like, oh man, here we go again. And then there's been times in which you just wanted to, but ultimately I feel like a resolution has been reached, you know. Even if it didn't feel 100% like, it didn't turn out in the way that I wanted to. But that wasn't the point. The point was, let's reach a common ground. So in the common ground phase, nobody reaches 100% of what they want, right? So it's kind of like, okay, we're going to compromise here. Let me do the Hierophant in the current situation. The Three of Wands, the Devil, the Four of Wands. Ooh. Okay. There's cleanliness here. There's a commitment that carries a lot of unhealthy energy attached to it, but it hasn't presented itself in that way in a while. So it's almost like it's been cleansed. It's healed, you know. No, I don't think it's healed completely, but it definitely shifted from that place. It's looking different, and I don't see the trace of unhealthiness to it. Not anymore. I can see it in the past there. It's clear as daylight, but as of right now, no, it's looking like it's shifted into something else though. For the Seven of Cups, in the current situation, you get the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this comes through as creative. Where you're showing up as creative, you're showing up as carrying a whole bunch of ideas over something. Like, I could do this and I could do that, and man, if I had this, I could do that, and if I had the other one, I could do that. Like, it's not... It's just showing up as a creative spark, but a big one for you. In the sense of creativity might hit you out of nowhere, and you might come up with some ideas, but because there's so much overthinking in the way, I don't think any of those ideas are going to be implemented necessarily. So even though you may carry great ideas here, I don't think now is the time to implement them because there's too much overthinking in the way. So that's why you're looking like you're almost pulling away from that. Like, I would say hold the ideas until you're in a much more clear space in your mind. For the Seven of Swords, you get, in the current situation, you get the Chariot, the Nine of Swords, the King of Pentacles. And then there's that, right? What pulls you away from this is, but I gotta be realistical, but I gotta be practical, but I gotta live. Yeah, I can't play with ideas, no matter how nice they are. I need something, you know, concrete. I need something I can rely on. So almost taking this spark of creativity and throwing it out the window because it's not practical enough. And I can see some practicality in there, but you also have to have a little trust in the universe and in how you put the energies out there. You know, I can also understand where you're coming from with that sense of practicality, but when you bring that in, you bring on a lot of stress too. Well, I gotta pay my bills. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. Yeah, I know. We all gotta do that. You know, yeah. Comes with the job of adulting. You know, it's how you look at these things and how much you're gonna let that take you down. You know, because if you were to manifest things here from these creative sparks and allow for just trusting that you don't know how it's going to play out, but it will if you trust it enough and if you believe in whatever you're doing enough, you know, or otherwise just throw them out the window like you're doing now with the sense of practicality of, yeah, life is this serious and we gotta be serious about life. Because otherwise, what the fuck are we gonna do? So we gotta find serious stuff to deal with. Okay. Cool. But when you do that, you're bringing in the stress. You're already kind of, but how do I do that? How do I do that? Okay, wasn't it better to bring this energy that came from your intuition and from this creative aspect of you, and then, you know, align with all of that and throw it out there in the universe, and then how it's gonna come together, who the fuck cares? None of your business. You just have to believe that it will, you know? So you got your mind trying to kind of take over and tell you to be realistic about things, because, yeah. Hold on, Fledger. Hi, baby. Hi, baby bird. I love them when they're little and a little lost. What's going on? Look at life. Look at world. See, that, the Fledger, is this energy of creativity and, you know, not knowing what's up. And he's looking into my eyes like, what are you? I'm me. Hi. I'm putting the food out there for you guys. And then the parents come and tell them, like, get your shit together, boy. Or girl. She's a girl. Hi, baby. Oh my god, it's so cute. Anyways, in the immediate future, the parents being the, you know, the adulting part. For the Knight of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups. Okay. Yeah, somebody here... Yeah, I just see two energies walking away, opposite directions. Somebody here is definitely kind of like, I'm just going to go do my thing. I'm going to go be in that corner with that crowd over there. Okay? Okay, see you later. Okay, yeah, I'll go do that. And all of my focus and all of my life will be right there. Okay. Whatever works for them, kind of a thing. Okay. For the for the Four of Swords, you get the Six of Cups, the Fool, the Ten of Cups. But you're not. But you are. What the fuck is going on? You're setting each other free, and that actually brings this connection even closer together, which that's usually kind of how it works. We do the opposite usually. We're like, oh, don't you go anywhere, don't you go mingle with that crowd in that corner there, because you with me. Yeah, no, there's a sense in the energies of setting each other free, which in turn brings more strength to this connection. Which, again, normally, us as humans, we would function the exact opposite way, which would deter this connection or any other connection when we hang on so tightly to other energies. And for the Knight of Swords, you get the Knight of Swords, the Tower, the Seven of Swords. There's one energy that's okay to go and mingle, right? I'm going to go in that corner. I'm going to do my thing. Talk to you later. And the other energy is trying to do the same, but the way they're doing it is, I'll go in the other corner trying to mingle too. But when they go in their corner, there's nobody there, because they're like, I don't think I can do this. I don't fucking know. What does this mean? Should I leave the party altogether and, you know, see you home? So in what they're doing here, they're actually trying to learn how to do that, to let go of the other energy, to kind of find their corner too. So there's almost an opportunity to create a sense of independence here and still keep a sense of this commitment going, you know? So I think that's the attempt here, to do that. And for one energy, it's working out great. For the other, work in progress, because they're showing up as not really knowing how to do that. But let's see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Six of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Wands. Well, right now you're showing up at this exact moment in time. You're kind of showing up as, I'm just fucking tired of all the. I think you're coming from that roller coaster ride in the past, of all the ups and downs, of all the this, of all the that. I'm just tired. Can it just be easy, and we don't have to go back and forth, and we don't have to go and do all of that? And I'm tired. Take a break. Take a break from everything. You know, when you feel like this, when a situation is bringing you to a point of feeling depleted, take a break, especially from it, but pretty much from everything. You know, just do something completely different, like maybe that energy of self-love that showed up in the beginning of the reading. Maybe do that. Go to a spa or something. You know. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.